Hello everyone, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you're into light, sincere, and fun celebrity stories, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates, because today we're diving into a moment that had the entire internet smiling. Our focus is on one of Turkey's most adored couples, Alina and Alp Navruz, and the playful comment that turned a routine TV appearance into a viral love note. It happened during a program where Alina was chatting about her life, her work, and naturally, the conversation slid toward Alp. The host couldn't resist bringing up what fans often highlight about him, that strong, athletic look, the sort of presence that photographs almost too well. Many would have blushed or changed the subject. Alina didn't. She leaned into the moment with the confidence of someone deeply at ease in her marriage and delivered a line so quick and so clever that the clip traveled from living rooms to timelines in hours. She smiled and said, almost offhandedly, that living with him was like moving into a penthouse with a skyline view. At first, the view takes your breath away, she teased, but after a while, you're no longer distracted by the windows, you're just home. The audience laughed, the host laughed, and the internet exploded with delight. It wasn't just a joke. People heard the comfort in her voice, that unhurried assurance of someone who doesn't need to be dazzled by what everyone else sees. She knows the person behind the image, the routines, the imperfections, the heart. What made it even sweeter was how the moment echoed after the cameras went dark. Reporters found Alp soon after and asked what he thought of his wife's quip. Instead of acting shy or defensive, he let a quiet grin do most of the talking. If she said it, then that's the truth, he replied. She's the one who gets to define us. With that, he didn't just applaud her humor, he showed the depth of their partnership. No ego. No posturing. Just trust, affection, and that calm brand of respect that says everything without shouting a word. Fans were charmed for a reason. There was no performance, no calculated angle. Alina wasn't trying to prove anything, and Alp wasn't trying to control the narrative. They weren't angling for headlines or clinging to perfection. They were just two people who genuinely like each other, who share a kitchen and 100 little jokes, and who know that love is mostly in the ordinary moments. In a world that rewards chaos, they keep choosing peace. Their story didn't start with a grand gesture or a loud reveal. It began quietly back in 2014, on the set of Delha. They were colleagues first, partners in long days and endless takes, swapping notes and stealing a laugh when the director called cut. Friendship came next, the kind that deepens across lunch breaks and late-night rehearsals. Somewhere in that slow, steady rhythm, affection turned into something more durable. By the time anyone started to wonder, the foundation was already built. They kept their private life simple, even as their careers flourished. When they chose to marry in 2020, the ceremony was exactly what they wanted, small, intimate, and calm. Close family, a handful of cherished friends, a quiet room filled with soft music and vows spoken gently, like a promise meant to be kept when nobody's watching. People who were there still talk about the tenderness, how everything felt intentional and unhurried, as if they were stepping into a home instead of onto a stage. Then came 2022, and with it, the day they welcomed their daughter, Asia. That year stitched them even closer. Whenever Alp speaks about being a father, he finds a way to praise Alina, as if the story of their child can't be told without first honoring the love that made her. He jokes that Asia has Alina's eyes, her stubborn smile, and the luminous warmth that fills a room before she even says a word. In his voice there's always a hint of awe, the kind a man can't fake when he's describing the two people who changed his life most. Of course, their calm has not insulated them from rumor. A couple as visible as Alina and Alp will always draw stories that pretend to know more than they do. There were times when people whispered about arguments and distance, the internet tossing out guesses as if they were facts. Alina and Alp didn't snap back or put on a show to disprove anything. They did what they've always done, ignored the noise and returned to the rhythm of their shared life. Breakfasts with simple conversations. Walks that lingered longer than planned. Family visits. Workdays that ended with them comparing notes while stirring something on the stove. They understand that real love doesn't require a press release. What audiences see, and what keeps them invested, is the way their personalities fit. Alina is bright, quick, and unabashedly expressive, unafraid to tease or tell the truth with a wink. Alp is measured, thoughtful, steady as a lighthouse. Together, they form a team that looks, and more importantly, feels, unshakable. It's not that they never argue or that everything is always easy. It's that even in the friction, there is gentleness. Even in the long days, there is a hand to hold. That's why the TV moment resonated. It landed like a small parable about love. Alina's line wasn't merely a playful jab at Alp's looks, it was a reminder that the best relationships outgrow spectacle. Beauty becomes background when you live with it every day. What remains is the person, the trust you build, the humor that saves you from taking life too seriously. And when Alp echoed her with that simple endorsement, "She's right, I'm with her," he gifted the audience a glimpse of the quiet current that carries them. Behind the scenes, the warmth didn't vanish when the studio lights did. People who were present say Alina kept laughing all the way to the exit, the kind of laughter that can only come from feeling absolutely safe. Outside, the night air was cool. Photographers called their names, and Alp reached for her hand without looking, as if the gesture was muscle memory. He opened the car door, she squeezed his arm, and for a second they were just a husband and wife heading home after work. Later, in the digital swirl, fans posted about how the joke felt brave in its simplicity. "Only a woman who trusts her marriage completely can tease like that," one comment read. Another said they could hear the years behind the punchline, the long accumulation of private moments that turn a face millions adore into the person you eat cereal with at 7 in the morning. That's the charm of their story. It doesn't beg to be believed. It simply is. For those who have been following them since Delha, the arc feels organic. From those first long days on set to that understated wedding, to the night in 2022 when a newborn tightened the knot between them, Alina and Alp have built something that doesn't need to sparkle to be precious. Every now and then the public gets a glimpse, like this week's joke, and it's enough. The rest can remain where it belongs, within the four walls where they wake up and decide, again, to choose each other. If you listen closely to how they talk about their life, you can hear their philosophy. Love is a series of small, respectful choices. Humor is a bridge on the days when words fall short. Privacy is not secrecy, it's protection. And attention is not the same as affection. They have learned to accept applause as part of the job while keeping tenderness for themselves. What Alina did on that set was show that comfort can be glamorous in its own way. She didn't diminish Alp's appeal. She reframed it from the vantage point of home. She let people see what it looks like when the most admired man in the room is, to you, simply the person who steals your fries and reminds you to charge your phone. And then Alp, by refusing to overcomplicate his response, confirmed the logic of their love. He chose solidarity over ego. He chose admiration over pride. He chose her. Maybe that's why the clip has such staying power. It isn't shouting. It whispers a truth people are hungry to hear. That a relationship can be both playful and profound, a place where you can laugh at each other without ever laughing at the bond itself. That kind of ease doesn't arrive overnight. It's earned in shared years and honest conversations, in patient listening and in the decision to be kind even when no one's watching. Think back to 2014, to two actors learning their marks and hitting their lines, adjusting their timing to match a scene partner's breath. That was the rehearsal for what came later, a rehearsal for real life. To watch them now is to see a duet that has learned how to hold a note together. The world can throw rumors or praise, and they will keep singing the same steady song. So tell us, what do you think, dear viewers? Is humor the secret ingredient in a long and happy relationship? Did Alp's tender answer make you smile the way it did us? Share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you, and we love how this community reads between the lines, noticing all the soft details that make stories like this matter. Thank you for watching Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you enjoyed this gentle, heartfelt glimpse into Alina and Alp's world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more simple and sincere celebrity moments. We'll keep bringing you the quieter truths, the kind that linger after the headlines fade, and the love stories that remind us why we believe in happy endings in the first place.